Welcome to part 2 of my Steam Summer Sale 2025 videos, where I highlight the best deals and show how these games run on the Steam Deck. You'll find a link to part 1 in the video description. So let's get right into it. Our first game is Planet Coaster 2, now 35% off. Overall, the game performs great on the Steam Deck. I recommend using the Steam Deck preset with FSR 3 set to quality mode for the best balance between visuals and performance. With these settings, you'll get around 30 FPS with 2.5 hours of battery life. The next game is Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy, now a massive 90% off. Stick with the high preset. You get full 60 FPS, great visuals, and no compromises in gameplay. It feels just right on the Steam Deck. And battery life? You're looking at about 2.5 to 3 hours, which is solid for a game that looks this good and runs this well. And yes, this applies across the entire trilogy, whether you're playing Crash Bandicoot, Cortex Strikes Back, or Warped. All three titles perform equally well with the same settings. My next recommendation is Stranding, now with a 60% discount. All in all, I highly recommend the very high settings. The game looks fantastic and runs smoothly at around 60 FPS with a solid 2.5 hours of battery life. Coming up next is Control, now 85% off. All in all, I'd recommend sticking with the low settings. The game still looks fantastic and runs smooth with over 60 FPS. It's the perfect balance for an enjoyable experience on the Steam Deck. Up next, we've got Euro Truck Simulator 2 with a 75% discount. For Euro Truck Simulator 2 on the Steam Deck, I recommend using the high preset, which provides a smooth experience with frame rates ranging from 45 to 70 FPS. This setting delivers a great balance of performance and visuals, with a battery life of 3 to 4 hours. Next is Octopath Traveler 2, now 50% off. Octopath Traveler 2 looks stunning on the Steam Deck and runs at a stable 60 FPS with the highest graphical settings, offering a smooth and visually beautiful experience, with a battery life of 4 to 5 hours. Let's check out EA Sports FC 25, now 80% off. Bear in mind this game won't run on SteamOS, you'll need Windows installed on your deck. Since the performance is consistent across different settings, I recommend going with Ultra settings for the best visual experience. With this, you'll get mostly 60 FPS with around 2.5 hours of battery life. The next game is Forza Horizon 5, currently 50% off. I recommend using the low preset for the best experience, but be aware that there are still occasional frame rate dips across all presets. Next, we have Farming Simulator 25, now 15% off. The game runs great on the Steam Deck. I recommend playing on the medium preset with FSR 3 set to quality mode, frame generation turned off, and a frame rate cap of 45 FPS for the best experience. With these settings, you'll get around 3 hours of battery life. Now we have Satisfactory, currently 30% off. Satisfactory performs well on the Steam Deck. For the best experience, I suggest using low settings with a locked 45 FPS. Alternatively, you can opt for the medium or high preset with a 30 FPS cap if you prefer better visuals. Up next is Lies of P, now 50% off. For Lies of P on the Steam Deck, I recommend playing on the medium preset with FSR 2 set to quality. This setup provides a good balance between performance and visuals for an enjoyable experience. You'll get around 60 FPS with a battery life of 2.5 to 3 hours. Next is Medieval Dynasty, on sale for 75% off. For Medieval Dynasty on the Steam Deck, I recommend using the medium preset with a locked 45 FPS. This setup offers smooth and consistent performance while maintaining great visual quality throughout the game. Now we have V-Rising, currently 50% off. V-Rising runs smoothly on the Steam Deck. For the best experience, I recommend using the high preset with a locked 45 frames per second, providing a great balance of performance and visuals. With these settings, you'll get around 2.5 hours of battery life. Now, let's look at RimWorld, now 20% off. RimWorld runs well on the Steam Deck, with 50 to 90 FPS in early game scenarios and around 4 hours of battery life. However, performance may drop in late game with more pawns or mods. The control scheme feels excellent on the deck, making it enjoyable to play. Moving on to Civilization 6, now a massive 95% off. For Civilization 6, I recommend sticking with Ultra settings. Given the turn-based nature of the game, a steady 30 frames per second is more than enough to enjoy a smooth and visually rich experience on the Steam Deck. Coming up next is Civilization 7 with a 15% discount. For the best balance of performance and visuals, I recommend low settings. The game remains visually appealing while maintaining a smooth experience. Early game sessions provide a solid 4 to 5 hours of battery life. But as the game progresses and AI calculations increase, power consumption rises. By late game, battery life drops to around 2 to 2.5 hours, which is something to keep in mind for longer play sessions. Up next is Manor Lords. We're currently 35% off. With the settings shown in the video, Manor Lords runs great on the Steam Deck. These optimized options ensure smooth gameplay while maintaining good visual quality, making it a solid experience on the device. The next game is Frostpunk 2, now 35% off. Frostpunk 2 runs well on the Steam Deck and is very playable. For the best experience, I recommend playing on the very low or low preset with FSR 3 set to quality, ensuring smooth performance and good visuals. Next up is Schedule 1, now with a 30% discount. Now for my recommended settings, I personally recommend playing on high settings. The game looks significantly better than on low or medium, especially in terms of lighting and shadows, but without a major performance hit. Ultra just doesn't feel worth the extra FPS loss in my opinion. Next is Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, currently 33% off. For the Steam Deck, I recommend playing Ghost of Tsushima on the low preset with FSR 3.0 set to quality. This setup ensures smooth gameplay while maintaining good visual fidelity. Next is Subnautica, on sale for 50% off. For Subnautica on the Steam Deck, I recommend locking the frame rate to 45 FPS with the high preset. Additionally, turn off motion blur and set screen space reflections to medium for optimal performance and visuals. Next up is Pillars of Eternity, now a massive 75% off. The game runs great on the Steam Deck and is very playable. For the best experience, I recommend playing on the high preset. With these settings, you'll get around 60 to 70 FPS and 3 hours of playtime. Next up is Deus Ex Human Revolution. With a massive 85% discount, the game runs very well on the Steam Deck. For the best experience, I recommend playing on high settings with a locked 60 FPS. Now we have Deus Ex Mankind Divided. With a massive 85% discount. For Deus Ex Mankind Divided on the Steam Deck, I recommend playing on the very high preset with a locked 30 FPS for the best experience, ensuring smooth gameplay and great visuals. Our next game is Alan Wake, now 90% off. Now for my recommended settings. High settings with a 60 FPS frame cap. This setup ensures consistently smooth gameplay while optimizing power consumption. With these settings, you can expect a battery life of around 3.5 to 4 hours, making it the best way to play for most users. Next up is Yakuza Kiwami, on sale for 45% off. The game runs and looks excellent on the Steam Deck. For the best experience, I recommend playing on the Ultra preset. Up next is Green Hell, now 75% off. For Green Hell on the Steam Deck, I recommend using the medium preset with a max frame rate of 45 FPS and setting the draw distance to maximum. This configuration offers a great balance between performance and visual quality. Next up is Tekken 8 with a 50% discount. To achieve a consistent 60 FPS on the Steam Deck, you'll need to play Tekken 8 on the low preset. This setting helps maintain smooth and responsive gameplay throughout matches. Next is Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition, now 80% off. Divinity Original Sin runs exceptionally well on the Steam Deck. For the best experience, I recommend playing on Ultra settings with a locked 60 FPS, providing smooth and stunning gameplay throughout your adventure. Next is Tomb Raider 2013, with a massive 85% discount. For Tomb Raider 2013 on the Steam Deck, I recommend playing on medium settings for 90 FPS gameplay. Alternatively, use the Ultra preset with a locked 60 FPS for the best overall experience, offering both high performance and stunning visuals. Our next game is Watch Dogs, now 75% off. Now for my recommended settings, medium with a 45 FPS frame cap. This setup ensures smooth gameplay while optimizing power consumption. With these settings, you can expect a stable experience and a battery life of around 2.5 hours, making it the best way to play for most users. Next is Supermarket Simulator, currently 25% off. For Supermarket Simulator, I find the best experience comes with either the medium preset capped at 60 FPS or the high preset with a 45 FPS limit. Both options provide smooth gameplay, so you can choose based on whether you prefer higher frame rates or better visuals. Next up is Tropico 6 with a 65% discount. I'd recommend switching to medium settings. At this preset, you'll still enjoy good visuals while maintaining a more consistent frame rate of 30 to 40 FPS. By using this approach, you can strike the perfect balance between enjoying Tropico's beautiful environments and keeping gameplay smooth even during late game scenarios. Now let's talk about battery life. Playing Tropico 6 on the Steam Deck with medium settings, I was able to get around 2 hours of playtime on a full charge. While this isn't the longest battery life, it's a reasonable trade-off for the quality of the experience and the depth of gameplay. Our next game is HITMAN World of Assassination, now up to 80% off. Now let's talk about my recommended settings. It's a mix of medium and high settings, as you can see in the video. I think this strikes a perfect balance between performance and visuals. I also capped the frame rate at 45 FPS to ensure everything stays smooth. With this setup, you'll get around 2.5 to 3 hours of gaming time. That's it for today's video. Which games are you planning to pick up during the sale for your Steam Deck? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.